The video for today will cover a wide range of subjects, including the dark pool manipulation, AMC's deception over the true price short, and much more. Let's start by examining this AMC stock price, which is tenths of its market value. AMC is obviously not selling at its full worth, but there are companies in the film industry, such as IMAX, that profit from movie theaters. The number of shares that are still outstanding is undoubtedly the cause of the discrepancy between AMC and AMC. For this reason, I would like to discuss market worth rather than pricing. I think that AMC has not benefited from the movie industry recovering, as opposed to IMAX, as opposed to Cinemark. Something that we've shown in the past before is understanding how both IMAX and Cinemark has seen, well over 100% return year to date, but AMC haven't because of the fact that it's being suppressed. When you take a further look in terms of the institutional ownership of Cinemark, you can see that it's 1261 13%, whereas for AMC supposedly it's 43%. But we know that that is very far off from what it actually is. It's very likely that institutional ownership for at least the real shares of AMC should only be around from 5 to 10%. And so going back to this in terms of, I think the stock price value is not what we should be focusing on. It should be the market cap, but it's to understand that we are definitely undervalued and we are not benefiting from the box office, whereas other cinema stocks are, but they are also largely institutional owned. So definitely something's going on here, because when you take a further look at what's happening, at what the shorts are trying to say, at what, the data they're trying to present to people, this is what you can see. AMC shorts keep covering. AMC short interest is 144, 5 million for 6. In 2025, 3 million shares valued at $10 million were repurchased after 2 million shares were shorted. As a result, AMC has now shorted 39 million shares this year, a 7% decrease from the start of the year. Although there are still some disparities, Mark's annual salary increased by 21%. Since it excludes overseas, the short interest data we receive has long been recognized to be inaccurate. Do you know what I want to discuss? Settlers who moved in search of better living conditions after cashing in their chips? These figures can be highly inaccurate because they only include self-reported data and don't account for the unreported. But since this guy is stating things that truly frighten you, we know they're not as accurate as they ought to be. 70% of AMC is being traded offline. The market makers are mismarking trades. They have been penalized for it 4 times in the last 2 years, so they're saying that AMC shorts are covering. They're saying that AMC shorts are making money because the price is declining. But what they're failing to say is, firstly, like we talked about, the data is very likely to be not accurate, but second is the fact that all of these trades have been done in the dark pool, and therefore we're not seeing AMC's price going up, and so the AMC price going down is clearly not something that is natural, and so are shorts actually making money, or are they trying to make it look like they are making money? But it's also the fact we've seen in the past, companies and institutions have been fined because they've mismarked short trades as long trade, and again, if that is the case, and that is very likely to still be the case, then what we're seeing here as supposedly that the shorts are quote-unquote covering. It's very likely that these are just being marked as long, that there are some short shares that are not being registered and accounted for, and therefore, again, shorts are lying about the fact that they are making money instead. They just want to give you the incentive to obviously sell your AMC shares, because we know that done something that they've been trying to do the whole time. Because when you take a further look at what's going on now, when you take a look at the order book, and you can already see the difference. So this is Amazon order book, and you guys can see here very normal now the price. The spread is only a tiny bit, but you take a look at AMC, thus there is a significant price difference. Only 0.90.0001 orders are being processed if you look at the bottom. However, if you look at here, you can see that 199,999 orders are being processed. Therefore, it is obvious that something is amiss, given that AMC is continuously dealing with scammers and these DOP transactions. In conclusion, I believe that shorts are effectively protected because it is evident that AMC does not accurately reflect the behavior of the market. It appears much more plausible that the answer is no in light of what we have witnessed. Are they trying to find another job? I don't think so. Do shorts have a high profit margin again? That doesn't seem to be the case. They are still engaged in this drama, in my opinion, and are looking for certain ways to let it go. As you can see, a large sell order is recorded, but a dark pool order for 5,000 GME is placed after hours. They obviously want to set the price, and GME wants to follow suit. Even though we had 500,000, the price won't change because the massive buy order you see is in the dark P conversely. This 205 out order is passing through and striking the illuminated exchange. You are aware that if they both strike the light overall, the market will be strong, despite the increased number of purchasers. However, since only one of them is in the dark pool and the other is in the L exchange, the price of the L exchange will fluctuate. As we discussed a topic that truly needs to be discussed here, this is precisely what we're witnessing. Additionally, the GME shares enchanted disappearance and reappearance. It feels like a hedge when 2 million is worth more than 1.3 million. What is the current state of supply and demand? Phone had to look under the couch for spare change so he can pay the rent. When we look at both AMC and GME, which we just discussed, you can see that all of these shares are simply disappearing and then returning. There are large SPOs and dark pool bargains. You're looking at these order books and seeing that deals are being marked wrong. If shorts has allegedly benefited financially from all of this, we would like to know why AMC and GME are engaging in it. The show is no longer stuck with shorts. The prices of AMC and GME stocks are lowered using each of these strategies. What is the purpose of their use? When you take a broad view, you will notice that only 8 of the 567 institutions that offer GME are short, while 540 are long. That's the obvious response. I think the price should be higher because of this. As you can see below, 19 of the 567 entities that possess GME are both long and short. It is evident from this that AMC is no exception. Large individuals and organizations are purchasing both AMC and GME, which is evidently a result of growing institutional ownership and accumulation. The fact that the Federal Reserve timed the bank term funding programs emergency liquidity to reach zero right before the market plummeted is concerning for short sellers. I believe that their costs ought to be much higher for this additional reason. We can see that this is comparable to the several signals that we have already discussed. Right now, of liquidity running out of margin being, of course, hitting being margin, C and firms running out of money when you take a look at the indications. Firstly, we had Citadel supposedly making billions of dollars, yet they had to take pickup loans, yet they had to sell bonds in order to raise money to pay back their investors. So that's firstly a reflection of how the short sellers are doing not good. Then we have the reverse repo dropping below 100 billion, and it's staying below that 100 billion mark. So that's a reflection of the lack of liquidity, the illiquidity problem that's in the market. And so all of these are obviously showing why the short will fail, and kind of the nail on the coffin here, and I believe that this is also a big catalyst, is that the first short phone show filing deadline is February 14th, 2025, and this is for when firms that has a US dollar value of $10 million or more have to report their short positions on a monthly basis. Obviously bringing transparency, and that's what we want to see. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.